This is enduro. Today went really well. Got the lead for now.
I got so destroyed after pedaling for so long. No crash, no problem.
We're in the middle of practice here in Corral, Chile, and the riders have been having an amazing time out there. This weekend is going to be a lot of riding. There's no lifts, there's no shuttling, there's none of that. It is all just rider powered, and there's going to be 100 kilometers of riding over the 2 days of racing and 3,000 meters of climbing. And don't forget that they'll be doing that during practice, an exact replica in practice of what the race days will be. So that is a hell of a lot of riding that they'll be doing over this weekend. We're just outside the market stall here down at the harbour, and inside there's a big old map where the riders have been looking at all they've got to accomplish this weekend, so we can go in and have a little look. 2 days of racing, we have 6 stages, 3 on each day. The way this weekend's riding is working is that it's basically split into 3 zones. So the first stage of each day will be in the same area, different tracks but the same area. And then the second stage will be in the same area again, and then the third stage there. So riders are doing a similar loop with similar liaisons, all of them between 8 and 18k. So if we look at the first day, we'll have stage 1 here, a long liaison out to that. They call it the cold jungle down here, and that's because it's dense vegetation, but not too hot. So you've kind of got this loose hero dirt down there. Riders are going to be loving that. And then riders will be able to return back to the race pits to be able to mend their bikes. So maybe some of them carrying a little less water than they need to, and they can refuel when they get back here, and then back out to stage 2 and 5 depending which day they're on. And that side of it is very much the Pacific coast. You're going to have much drier, looser dirt, a little bit sparser vegetation, and then they'll be coming back round, and 3 and 6 are kind of like that halfway zone between what we've got in this sort of inland jungle and the Pacific coast. So riders will be ending up here, coming back down into town for a spectacular finish to the end of the weekend. Earlier on today, I had a little chance to ride stage 2 going down to the Pacific coast. An incredible stage. A few little bits to catch me out in there considering I was riding it blind, but come on for a journey down that with me now. Okay, so this is stage 2 here in Corral, Chile. I've once again got no idea where this is going, but it's already looking nice. Real nice dirt underneath. Right, so here we go. Left there. Oh, this is nice. It's got a lot of flow to it. These little punchy uphills, just carrying your speed into them. Straightening out, careful not to clip your pedals on these few little bits sticking up. Oh, nice drifty corners. And now look at that sea just opening up in front of you before it's back into the woods. And now apparently this gets a bit steeper down here, so I'm going to watch myself. And now oh, I've gone too wide. Obviously got something good coming up here, everyone looking. Well, that was good. Bit of a rock garden. Hey Klaus, team manager
cube, Klaus on the side. What we these grassy turns. Whoa. There we go. Hard to go on these grassy turns, and I think that will be the finish.
So after watching me dribble down that stage at a fairly slow rate, we will be looking forward to seeing these top riders coming down there hell for leather as we move into the race days.
My little secret. My little secret.
It's the opening round of the 2016 Enduro World Series. What else would bring this many bikes to a fort on a Pacific coastline peninsula? We're in Corral, roughly 900 kilometers south of Santiago in Chilean Patagonia. This fort was built in 1645 to protect the upstream town of Valdivia from the invading Spanish, as we saw playfully reenacted. The economy here revolves very much around the forest and the sea. As does our race this weekend, we will be seeing plenty of wood and water. A state of emergency was declared last night by the local authorities as a forest fire burnt all night on the hillside. As we came over early on the ferry this morning, we could see it still burning. Despite the riders putting down some blazing times in practice, it was nothing to do with us. Speculation is that it was something to do with the forestry activity. From what we've heard, thankfully no one was injured and it won't be affecting the race. It's the dawn of a new season and we're already seeing the fairest race ever, with fresh cut tracks galore and no shuttles. Even the locals don't know where these tracks are. And they're going to have an intense couple of days of racing, with 53 kilometres today and 47 tomorrow. Jared, you're looking a little bit different. It's a new you. How's life on the new team?
Everything's been really smooth, yeah. I mean, just known Curtis forever, I've known Paddy for a long time. Lots of little things go into making a pretty big decision like that, and just knowing that it was a team that I knew the dynamic of and I knew I'd fit in and be comfortable at. Like, I just want to do the best I can for myself, and that's always my number one motivation. Legs feel pretty good right now and the heart rate's right down, so I think I'm in the best position I could be at the minute.
You've had 2 days of practice and you feeling good out there?
Feeling pretty good out there, yeah, having a lot of fun. There were 2 really big days, you know, I think total like 10 hours in the last 2 days, so that was really hard. But other than that, it's really cool to be here and I'm looking forward to kick off the season.
So Richie, you've had an entire winter as a world champion now. How's that been feeling for you?
I don't know, it's been kind of the same almost, just get those little like perks when you get a nice fresh jersey with number 1 on the back. But yeah, I've been trying not to think about it too much and just going at it like it's a new season.
And how are you feeling after you've had 2 days of practice here? Are you liking these tracks? Is it suiting your style?
Yeah, it was a bit interesting, like walking the tracks and then seeing how they ride. I think it'll suit me well. You know, it's just like rolling fast and kind of just hanging it out.
It's going to be a fast year for you, hopefully, on this new team. It's a big step for you to be joining Trek. How's it been feeling so far?
Amazing. Like, the difference between what I was doing last year to what I'm doing now. Like, on Wednesday, I was like, I've got so much time, like, to just get prepared and get myself ready. Like, all that energy that I was wasting trying to figure out my bike, trying to sort out my food, everything like that, you know, is now going into my racing. So that's really cool.
As Richie Rude leaves the stage, we'll all go on the first round of the 2016 Enduro World Series.
I thought I was going to go out then, I was lucky to hold it. Changed a bit from practice. I did many mistakes. I tried to remember the track and with only one pass I was braking.
Everything is new, so I'm still getting used to it a little bit, but it's really great. I'm like enjoying my new bike.
First stage of the first race, definitely felt I had a bit of, first run nerve.
As was the case last year, Jerome Clements is hot out of the blocks and takes the opening stage, backed up by compatriots Vulio and Borelli, who continues to build on his successes of last year. It's also the French dominating the women's podium, with Ravenel flying high 11 seconds up on Cordurier, making Beaton in third the only trespasser on the tricolor parade. After stage one, riders get a chance to check into the pits, to look over their bikes and refuel their bodies before heading off for the next two stages.
I'm trying to eat, I'm trying to do everything at once. We've got like 8 minutes or something to be in the pits. We'll have to go out again.
Get on there!
Luckily, bike all done, no damages, so MBC, little wipe, lube here and there.
I'm last, yeah! Woo!
This is Enduro. Amazing.
Popped out of the woods kind of cross-eyed, and then all of a sudden, gaga! It just makes you realise you're alive. Glad I've already got one kid in the bank.
Best believe I'm touring Belize just for me. Oh, I'm getting it. My grind is relentless. Forgetting how they use the word buzzing in a...
That was good. I love the bottom on the grass. Not a lot of mistakes. Can't call 100% now, so.
Not the perfect weekend for me, so I struggle a lot, but I try to just make the best out of it.
This is the life, house on the heat. This is the life, counting no bill. This is the life, This is the life, look at how we shine. This is the life, house on the heat. This is the life, counting no bill. This is the life,
The dust is everywhere, the Pacific is at the finish, and Ravenel is seen shaking her head, but she still takes the stage. Ray Morrison is stepping it up with her first ever top 3 stage result. World champ Richie Rude is back at the sharp end, with Othon showing he's fully recovered from last year's horrific ankle break. The Jedi Vulio is as consistent as ever. The man's incredible.
It was fun, yeah, it was fun, like transitions along, but tracks are really cool.
Pretty special with the neutral zone, but I did manage to do it pretty well.
It's been good, it's been a lot of fun, but I did good on stage 2 and stage 3, so yeah, hopefully good times.
Kept messing it up last year, first stage of the day, so I thought like, take it easy on stage 1. Then I messed up stage 2.
It's Rude taking the stage again and a stronger control of the GC. Mays is just behind as he moves from 5th to 2nd in the GC. Graves ends the day strong after a disappointing start to it. Stages 1 and 2 definitely did not go her way, but stage 3 added to the sunset bliss for Anneke Beerten. As the sun is setting on this first day of racing, it has been long, hot and very dusty. We've seen incredible riding. Jerome Clements taking the first stage, but Richie Rude stages 2 and 3 to put himself in the GC. And a similar story in the women's. Cécile Ravenel taking 2 of the stages to give herself an over 20-second advantage on Anneke Beerten going into the second day. So the riders all heading back to their accommodation tonight to rest up as much as they can. And God knows they've earned it. It's definitely been a tough day out there as we look forward to the second day of racing.
Yeah, yesterday went really well, I guess. Feeling good. Still felt like I got a lot of energy on that stage. It dried out really a lot more than practice. I had the feeling I could have gone a little bit faster.
Yeah, I was second after day one, which was pretty good, and I just did a very good stage now, so it's good. 2 stages to go, so let's see how it goes.
Mays starts the day with a surge for the GC by taking the opening stage, but Ruud counters, only giving the Belgian a touch over 1.5 seconds. Beerton feels she could have gone faster, but that might just have been a sign of her smoothness, as she takes her first stage of the day to accompany her one from the night before.
I attacked pretty hard on this one. I almost just crashed, but so bad, and I don't know how. I made it back on the bike, and then everybody was like, woo!
You come down this like pumpy left and it's pedal, 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 and you got your head down. And as you come around the corner, there was a big bull. It was scary.
I'm like so destroyed after pedaling for so long, so I'm just trying not to make some mistakes. And obviously I've made some stupid mistake today.
I did a mistake, I crashed, I lose some time.
Completely tired, so it was rough, hard, and I hope I will be able to go up and finish. You know, just doing my best Fred Flintstone that stage. I knew something was up, and then about a minute from the end here, the change just snapped, so pretty much the day done. I think that's probably my worst stage of the weekend. So I had a little fall and then just kind of a mess on the way down.
It's an action-packed stage as riders are pushing harder whilst visibly tiring. Josh Carlson nearly hits a bull, Cordurier crashes but takes third, Ravenel also crashes but still wins the stage, Fulio is tiring, Graves snaps a chain effectively ending his day, and Ruud crashes putting doubt into his GC. With the finish surrounded by the forest fire's remnants, Ruud ices the ashes and his champagne with the perfect run to start his title defence, whilst Ravenel nails home this Easter Sunday win with her 4th stage win out of 6. It's Cecile Ravenel who's got the opening round. What a way to stamp her authority with a near 26-second lead. Beerton and Cordoria are looking set to be her main challengers. Ruud makes sure there's no questions left unanswered. The rest of the field should be afraid if a young debutante world champion can pick up where he left off so dominantly. Mays is definitely going to challenge, as is Vulio. Former world champions Clement and Graves are definitely still on form. Samajin, Nicolai, Borelli and Otto, who are definitely still raising their game. At this stage of the year, the rankings are a mere cherry on top of the race results, with Ravenel and Ruud leading it out. As the teams see how their new members play the long game, it's Vulio and Ray Morrison who bring home Lapierre Gravity Republic for the early lead.
Richie Wood with a time, 32 minutes, 47 seconds. Here we have the top 3 men of today.
If anyone ever said anything about maybe there being a lot of pressure on you being a world champion, you've certainly silenced them today.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to like not think about it and just think I didn't have a big one on my back. So.
And in terms of the rest of the season, how's this left you feeling? It must be full of confidence, I guess.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good at the moment. Just definitely a lot of confidence, and we'll see how Argentina goes. We'll have a little break and kind of get stuck into it again.
So congratulations, 3rd place today. It's a great start to the season for you.
Yeah, really happy with that. It was a really tough race, really long, 4 days of practicing and racing.
Legs were tired, you were feeling tired, but you pulled through, man.
Yeah, I was struggling really before the 5th. I ate all I can before the 6th and the last stage, and I gave everything on a fast section on the bottom. Took some risk, and it paid. And
you're definitely putting yourself in there solidly as one of the key contenders. That's got to feel good at the start of the season.
Yeah, for sure. It's always great to. I think it's really important to kick off the season with a good result. It's kind of like keep your motivation really high.
So how tough has this weekend been? There's been no uplifts, no shuttles, a lot of pedalling.
I mean, we've done 200k in 4 days, so there is nothing to add to this. It was really tough, but the stages were worth it, so it's all good.
And do you think you can challenge for that win?
Almost 6 girls that can pretend to stand on this podium, so it's really tight and it's a great competition ahead. And why not? I mean, if it's like my kind of tracks, and if I train a little bit more to get a bit more fit, I can make it.
So Annika, we've been looking all over for you and we found you in the beer queue.
I know, right? I was like...
Celebrating already?
It's free beer. I'm Dutch, so like free beer, you get in line right away.
Gotta get in it, yeah. But good reason to today. That's a great result for you.
Yeah, today was really good. It was really steady, super close to Cecile. I think we were in the same second on stage 4 and 5 and only 2 seconds off in the last stage. So yeah, good day.
Cecile, it's a great start to the year for you. Were you expecting this coming into this year?
Yeah, I come here for the win, but it's never easy to win.
You always go strong on the first day, but holding on to it on the second day is hard.
Yeah, the second day was hard, maybe a little bit tired after 2 days of practice and 1 day of race.
Well, that's it from Corral here in Chile, and with helicopters behind me still dousing out the fires on the hill, ferries going crazy getting people back to the mainland off this peninsula, it has been nothing short of an action-packed weekend. But one thing has remained the same. Richie Ruud is still hellish fast. He's come out and won this first round, and Cecile Ravenel, in the absence of Tracy Mosley, who she's been battling against for the last 3 years, has come out firing, all guns blazing as well, to take the win in the women's category. So as we leave this beautiful part of Chile, it has treated us so well, and we've absolutely loved it to start the season here. We will be travelling 5 hours over the border into Argentina and Bariloche for the second round of the Enduro World Series next weekend. We'll see you there.